my body, my breathing, my heart rate, the adrenaline that was like, go from this place to that place and do that, and you have this deadline and that deadline, to literally like you do not even need a phone. How do I show you this? Ooh, a big wave. Who would I be if I wouldn't pay a little visit to Hermes?
Talking about people that jealous about you, people that are always mocking you, people that are always taking you down.
Much more importantly, someone else's success today. Have you ever had Filippo friends that put you down?
Yes.
Good morning, my favorite people, and welcome to the first day of holidays. Well, actually, no, that's not entirely true, and I cannot be untruthful to you guys. It is our second day of holidays. I feel like in the first day I was just reducing my heart rate. It was much needed to kind of try and relax, and in a more like sort of medical term, to go from my sympathetic nervous system to my parasympathetic nervous system, and to just like relax my body, my breathing, my heart rate, the adrenaline that was like, go from this place to that place and do that, and you have this deadline and that deadline, to literally like you do not even need a phone. It feels so good to be in the French Riviera. Filippo and I absolutely love it. And if you may be wondering where's Filippo, he is right here. Look at this, cutting into the croissant. I am actually gonna start my day with this green juice. He's starting his with the carrot, ginger, something. Also, there's something really big. And actually I started drinking sparkling water because normally, you guys know this, I drink a lot of coffee and I drink Coke Zero, which obviously is not the best. I am fully aware, but I don't smoke. I rarely ever drink. I've never in my life tried drugs. So I feel like, okay, yes, sure, I'm not perfect, but I mean, like in the grand scheme of things, like my addiction is sweets and Diet Coke, but I decided to try and like reduce my intake of Diet Coke.
Yeah, thanks to
this person over here.
Yes.
Okay, you can take all the credit.
Thank you.
Starting the morning with the green juice, then gonna have bircher muesli and a coffee, and then we're heading to the pool. Filippo and I are having our best relaxing time. I am very sorry that will be probably very disappointing for many of you, because what we do is nothing. Literally, Filippo is doing crosswords, parole crociate. I'm reading a book on my Kindle, of course. I know that Kindle is probably not the most glamorous thing that you expect to see from me, but I love it. Me really loving something that's probably quite not that cool, maybe, but I really love it. For the first time ever, I'm wearing my Chanel Cocoa Beach swimming suit. Even though we brought a beach bag, which is also next to me, I also have this one along, and I'll tell you why. So I have the Prada little one because inside of it I have my camera and the mics, which are necessary, my lip balm, my room key, and that's it. Whereas in the big beach bag we have like everything else, like sun lotions. Filippo has pen and his crosswords, hats, sunglasses, clothes, like pretty much everything and anything, like my Kindle in the morning before I take it out. All the good stuff. The view is spectacular. We did stay at this hotel also last year. We normally, whenever we are in Monaco, we stay at Hotel de Paris. We love it, it's our favorite, especially in like the winter months or throughout the year. But when we want to just like chill by the pool and like kind of have first few relaxing days, we come to this one, which is just a little bit outside of the city. I do have to say that I preferred it last year a little bit. I don't know, like, or maybe it just stayed in such a like beautiful memory. But this is our beautiful room. Welcome. Oh, baby, we should complain. Somebody, it's half eaten the cake.
I
no?
know. I don't understand.
Isn't it terrible?
Yeah.
Should we complain?
I mean, to
Because
come into that
yeah, and to have a half-eaten
have a-
cake. I mean,
yeah.
we just arrived. Who could have eaten it?
I have no idea.
But this year I feel like it's a little bit busier, but like not in a good way busier, you know, like it's a little bit busier and I felt like they're a little bit overwhelmed, which I also understand. And I'm saying this because yesterday when we were in town, we ran into so many of my lovely followers who have actually asked me for an honest opinion, and I always like to give honest opinion. And last summer I told you guys I loved it. This is like a perfect place because quite quiet, not so many people ever at the pool, at least that's what it seems like. They also have a beach club in case you prefer a beach. There's a beautiful view, and also if you want to be in Monaco, it's like a 10-minute drive to all the shops, to the casino, to the restaurants. And this summer I love it a little bit less, just a little bit less. But then after here we'll probably be going to Saint-Tropez, which is one of our favorite hotels in the region, so I'll update you on that as well. What's really good in this hotel is the breakfast and lunch. The dinner I really was not impressed. Filippo either. He was not really impressed at all. So for now I'm gonna go enjoy the lunch as soon as it arrives. I had it yesterday. The watermelon salad, it's insane. Guys, it's almost 6 p.m. I know because I have a spa treatment, and as you can probably notice, we changed our beds in the afternoon just to get like as much of sun as possible. Filippo's back to the beds. We're heading back to the room. Gonna watch what athletes are doing at the Olympics, get showered, ready, I go to the spa, and then we're gonna head down to the city. Many hours later, we're back in the room. I'm almost finished doing my makeup. As you guys can see, kind of my usual, same old, just very, very, very moisturized after sun face, which I love that kind of glow. Finishing mascara, the Gucci Beauty as always. But the hair, I barely ever wear up in a ponytail, right, Filippo? Do I ever wear my hair up in a ponytail?
Not really.
The last touch, which is the Rhode blush, and we need to get dressed. So my hair, yes, so I slicked it. I used the gel. I'll show you which one I used, which obviously I'm sure you already know because I just recently got it, and it was a recommendation from one of you guys, which is this little Miele Rosemary Mint Strengthening Edge Gel. It says infused with biotin and encourages growth. So I'm feeling like this will be really good for me because I can literally do that every single day during the holidays. And on top of that, I also applied a bit of this, which is also like a hair growth kind of thingy. Being a bride-to-be means that you sometimes like to put a lot of care into the things that even extra care than you would normally. Just wanted to show you this view from our room and from the bathroom itself, which is where I was getting ready. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. What will I wear?
6 minutes.
6 minutes, you guys. And you know what? Instead of panicking and getting dressed and stuff, I'm chatting to you guys. I think I know what I want to wear. So I could wear one of these dresses, either the SS Studios one or the H&M or the Magda one. We're actually going to the Beef Bar, but what I'm gonna start with are the shoes. We have the Rose sandals, we have these Santorini sandals. Should I go for a little bit of heel? Baby, are we gonna walk tonight?
As you want.
As I want. The shops are gonna be closed.
Exactly.
We're gonna be full, and we should sleep in early because that's what we really like, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so then I'll wear something. I'll show you as soon as I get dressed. I love this corset, by the way. Look how beautiful it is. Wearing the white Loro Piana pants, this corset. I'm also gonna wear white heels, and maybe I'll add a touch of color with my bag. But I think I'll still go for these very, very loved Neos sandals. So this is the hair situation, as you can see. Let's move. Filippo, I have a question for you. You know what bag I was gonna wear? Do you like my outfit?
I do. Beautiful.
Should I go for this bag?
Yes, 100%.
Right?
Yes, yes.
Should I go for flat shoes or these shoes that I'm wearing?
Those are beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah. I love the outfit.
Me too. We are leaving the room. I'm actually on time, which I'm very happy about. This is my outfit, but I'm sure you will also see it because Filippo will show it to you when we get to the beef bar. Now let's go. Morning, guys. Looks like I'm just the same every single day, but I just really quite like to wear these sunglasses by the pool. They're very easy to clean. They kind of protect me well from sun, and I can like literally stick them all the way up to my face so that there's no sun coming in anywhere. Not the most flattering look, but sun protection first, everything else after, right? Whew, I hope it's not echoey. I'm just in the corridor. I'm heading to the pool, as you guys could have seen. My look of the day, this Miu Miu dress I got last year, my orange, very easy. Bonjour! We're gonna go through the spa. It's really beautiful. Also, I'm sure you guys can relate. I have to tiptoe in these shoes because if I don't, especially in the spa. I mean, we're not really technically in the spa, but next to the spa, so we have to be secret to not make any noise. Okay, we made it. Today's schedule of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I think you know. Look at this person here, okay? And look at this view. The schedule is pretty much the same as every other day, and I love that because I don't want to think about anything. I'm gonna read my book, which is, by the way, turning out to be amazing. Take care of myself and not spend pretty much any time on my phone. I'm not really vlogging that much because, well, last night we went to the beef bar, right? We loved the food, it was amazing. Like, Filippo wants to go again tonight. The thing with us is, like, when we go to a restaurant, we're not really on our phones. We like to eat, stay there for an hour and leave. And then we go for a walk or a drive around or something. But basically, while we're there, we like to just spend time with each other, which Filippo could confirm if he wasn't on his earphones, but he's listening to the Depeche Mode playlist. So I'm gonna put a hat on, like this Gucci hat, guys. It doesn't have to work with any outfit. I can look really stupid in it. It doesn't have to go with anything. But for me, the most important thing is to protect my face from the sun. My body, I obviously put SPF and stuff like that, but I'm not like, I expose my body, but not my face. very important. And then I think we're just gonna take it easy, and maybe tonight we're gonna go down to town a little bit earlier so we can roam a little bit around the shops while they're still open. Do you wanna see what's inside of my little Prada bucket beach bag? Besides my Kindle, my phone's in there as well, hair clip, Tide pen, because actually I spilled yesterday something on my white shirt, and 2 lip balms, the Summer Fridays mint one and the Lana Lips tinted lip balm, because this one has SPF 30 and it's so far the only lip balm that I found on earth that doesn't have a bad taste but contains SPF, because I find it very, very difficult. Most of the SPF lip balms that I found, they taste really bad and make me like have this like really bitter taste in my mouth, and then I want to eat something just to remove that taste in my mouth, but then can't eat all day long. I'm gonna remove the dress now, enjoy the sun, and read my book. So hopefully tonight I will vlog a little bit more, because we're not going just for the dinner. We're gonna go for a little walk as well. I hope, at least, but I'll update you throughout the day as well. Guys, you know how I tell you throughout the year that I'm working really hard and that I'm tired, and I don't know, like when I am tired, I tell you I'm tired. Well, equally so, I've had the laziest day. I made perhaps altogether maybe like 12 steps.
Same.
And on top of that, I think I realized that I know no balance and middle ground. It's either working myself till the burnout or making 12 steps in a day. What about you, Filippo?
Same. Same. No, I thought you wanted the pugnetto. No, same. Today I'm very tired actually, because last night wasn't the best sleep. Usually we sleep like babies, but last night we had a heavy dinner.
Yeah.
And
which I loved, by the way.
Yeah,
but it was heavy.
The dinner was amazing, but we both had nightmares, and wow, it was a long night.
Yep.
So now I'm a little bit tired, to be honest, and I cannot wait to go to sleep.
You know, like when you wake up tired because the whole night you were very busy in the dreamland. That was me. I had more than like 6 different dreams. One of the dreams that I had was that I was working in a pharmacy, and it was kind of like in my head I knew that I haven't practiced pharmacy for a while, and for some reason, I don't know what, but I had no choice but to go back to work as a pharmacist. This pharmacy that I got to take care of was like a huge mess, and I remember in my dream I basically was saying the first thing we're gonna start getting rid of is calling the patients who have not picked up their medication since last year. That was basically, and I was calling up people to come and collect their medication because we had no space in the pharmacy. And I was just wondering, what in the right world of me not practicing for 10 years? You know, it's been exactly 10 years that I haven't been practicing. Then I also had a dream that we keep going back to Hermes, Filippo, and that you're like getting annoyed because we're in Monaco and we had to go down 5 times to the Hermes.
Yeah.
That was a bit more realistic dream actually. I slicked my hair, I don't know if you can see, with the same Miele gel that I've shown you. I'm wearing a Magda Butrym silk dress. My favorite pochette. And how do I show you this? These shoes. We're heading down to the casino, gonna have a little walk, and then we're going to eat dinner in a new restaurant in Monaco, which is called Da Valentino, I believe.
Yeah.
Also, I changed up my jewelry a little bit. I don't know if you can see. For tonight. And, Filippo, something that I'm very excited about. I think I got a bit of tan today.
I think so too.
It makes me feel so much better. While we're still driving down, actually, I wanted to ask Filippo one question because I feel like he would be a very good reference for this. One advice you could give our people on improving one's confidence? Like, how could you help someone grow their confidence? It's tricky, no?
It is, but the first advice I would give is choose your people around you, because they are the most important. Environment is the most important thing for your to build your confidence. It started with your family, obviously. I think I'm confident because I had a mother that told me always that I was the best. I love my mom more than anything, and she always treated me as his little prince. And I think that the confidence comes from there. And then hanging out with the people that really evaluate your job and you as a person, friends, boss, girlfriend. That's the most important. It takes one person to take you down, to destroy everything. So when you see someone that is taking you down, or is mocking you, or is making fun of you, just don't hang out with him or with her. It can be a friend, but just forget about him.
What if it's a member of family? And what if, because not everybody
if he's a member
can
of
choose their
if he's a
family?
member of family, you can also give them less time. Only people that support you, that love you, that think you are the best, that what helps you. And then as I said, I was lucky because my family always supported me, so my confidence was already on the right start. I never had people around me that were putting me down, and when it happened, I just eliminated them, because the as I said, the environment,
It's very important.
it's the most important, not very important.
Okay, can I just, my parents, right?
Yes.
How much do they love me?
More than anything.
Like,
Yeah.
they would do anything for me,
Yeah.
my parents, right? There is nothing they wouldn't do. However, I got raised in quite, I would say,
Strict.
strict
Environment.
post-communism, post-war family, where there was few professions that were counting, such as lawyer, doctor, pharmacist, pretty much that's it, right? And even though my parents love me, and I never, ever, ever, ever doubted that in my life, they haven't raised me like your parents have, that to say that anything you want you can do, or you're good at anything. Like, my parents are not the ones that have ever told me that I was the most beautiful, that I was the best at anything.
Sorry to interrupt. Just to be clear, my mother was very loving, still very loving. My father is very strict. He comes from army, so my father never told me anything, sweet, or. But he also never took me down. So. I just learned how to read his kind of way to communicate with me, and it doesn't mean that people has to be nice to you. They can also be strict. There is different way to support you. They can support you telling you that you are the best, but they can also supporting you telling you that you can do more.
Okay.
So it's still equal a way to support. I'm talking about people that jealous about you, people that are always mocking you, people that are always taking you down. These people, just goodbye. You don't need them. You don't. People that make fun because you're short, because you're tall, because you're too thin, because you are too fat, because you are too whatever. Forget about them. Only people that accept and love you for who you are.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but there is a big, very important thing in choosing partners and choosing friends, of course, because not everybody has a partner, maybe at a given time, but friends are something that we are more likely to kind of like other chick to, they hurt you and you kind of allow it, but also with the partners, with the boyfriends, specifically girlfriends, doesn't matter what it is. And I think it's so important not to allow to those people to bring you down, because sometimes we think, but if I lose a friend, I will never get another one,
But also one thing that is important to mention is that you need to own that trust and respect, and it's not like work hard, you need to be right, you need to be nice, you need to be respectful, and then you have the trust and the support of the people.
Yeah.
If you are like a bad person, then then you will be the one that is taking people down, and I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the nice people that are out there, and thank God there are so many that have low confidence just because someone is telling them that they are not enough. Don't allow anyone to tell you that. There is a beautiful movie. One of my favorite is Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. Just watch the movie, guys, because it's incredible. And it's a movie with Will Smith and his real son, that is now a friend, by the way, and also a big guy. At some point where they are playing basketball on the basketball court, he's telling his son, never allow anyone to tell you that you cannot do that.
When I was a child, I was very into performative arts at school. Like my teachers would always tell me like, oh, like I was good, I was talented, I was creative. But because my parents come from like a very scientific background, they always told me like, oh no, like, yeah, you're creative, but that's not what you can do. Actually, you know how they would tell me, my parents? They would always tell me like, we are not. Like they would put me in the same basket as to what they are. So they would always tell me like, you know, we cannot sing, we cannot act, we cannot blah, blah, blah. But I actually spoke to my mom about it later on in my 30s, and she said, you know, your parents sometimes are scared for you that someone else will hurt you, so they like to protect you by warning you. You know, like they're so afraid, especially I feel like in Balkan, and that's why I feel like it's my responsibility in some way also to make this video, is that, like you said, Filippo, you understood that your father was not appraising you, but you understood that that's his way of communication, and I understood that my parents' way of communication was not to praise me either. Like they never really praised me.
If you have a friend that is doing something that you think is not really what she should do or what he should do, it's not your place to tell her what to do. It's your place to support her anyway in what he or she is doing. And then at some point, maybe you can help her or him to understand.
Have you ever had, Filippo, friends that put you down?
Yes. I had, but never the very close to me. I had people around me, you know, I was working, they were like, this guy, what is he doing? Who do you think he is? Da, 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 da. And I never really listened, because the one person that was supporting me was always stronger of the 10 that were putting me down. And there was the 10 people.
Yeah.
But I think I was very strong in believing in myself, because if you're not that strong, then you will allow those 10 people to get to you.
We are just arriving at the casino. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Well, in fact, it's not really morning. It's kind of closer to the midday. Hopefully you can hear me, because as you probably can see, we are on a boat and it's quite loud as we're speeding right now, heading to Kaptan Tip. We're gonna have lunch at Hotel du Cap, which we love very, very much. We're probably gonna spend a few days there this summer as well. A big wave. We're currently along the lines of Nice. I can see the coast of Nice on the other side. It's so bright and sunny that I literally cannot see anything. Today is one of those days when you have to take sun protection even more seriously than usually. Hence, I'm always wearing the same hat, because this hat is just the best, because it's so big, it like literally covers everything I need. My Loewe sunglasses. My swimming suit is from Ossere. I will link everything below, and I will show you guys our plans for the day as soon as we arrive at Eden Rock in a bit more quieter place. Guys, the actual main course has arrived. I don't know if you've noticed, but we are at the Eden Rock. I have, unfortunately, some special bread for me. This is gluten-free bread. Your girl is unfortunately gluten intolerant. And I avoided eating gluten-free food all of my life. So I was eating gluten basically constantly and complaining about pains and issues, etc. But I guess now the time came and I decided this holiday would be a good time to actually start eating properly. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you know for all of my girlies that are and guys that are having similar issues, I'll let you know how it goes. But for now, we're still trying and testing and seeing how this whole thing is gonna work out for me. But I'm very happy because I had like crudities, I had a mozzarella salad, and I had someone was trying to take a picture of me and then I spotted them. I'll let you know how it goes. Okay guys, I think I changed because I felt a little bit naked, but now we're gonna go back in the water. It's actually way too hot to wear a dress, so I'm not gonna wear a dress. It's a little bit windier here, then we're gonna come back end of August and like to stay here, but right now we just had a yummy lunch. I had an Niçoise salad. Look at this view. It's beautiful, right? But now it's time to go back on the boat to enjoy the rest of the day. It's so hot, you guys, you can't even imagine. I mean, you can imagine, it is hot. But it's time to go back and enjoy a little bit lighter, more breezy atmosphere. I love this iconic mirror over here because it's perfect for mirror selfies. There you go. Guys, many hours later, I'm here to tell you that today is such a magical day and very happy day in Kalinic Testa household. First, we enjoyed such a gorgeous day, as you guys could have seen a little bit, and Bobs are really relaxed and didn't really do anything. I was even lazy to take some pics. But I was super happy when I realized that I reached 1.8 million followers on Instagram. I guess numbers don't really mean much, but it means a lot when I know that I put a lot of effort and my team puts a lot of effort to create content and that you guys appreciate it. And still in the times, like, I don't know, like in 2024 when things are changing on different social media platforms, I noticed like such a beautiful growth, engagement, and you guys love the things that I post. So thank you very much. Much more importantly, someone else's success. Today, we got so excited that Novak Djokovic won gold Olympic medal representing Serbia on the Olympics. I could not be prouder. Filippo could not be prouder. He doesn't look very proud right now, but trust me, I think Filippo is Novak's fan number one. Like, he loves everything he does because he's a huge fan of mental strength and discipline, and so am I. You guys know that. That being said, we got dressed up, obviously we showered, all of that good stuff. We're here admiring this beautiful, beautiful view. The car is arriving and we're gonna head downtown for a nice little Greek dinner. I believe we're going to Gaia tonight. I'm wearing a recycled outfit. By that I mean it's an outfit that I've already worn pretty much the same as last summer. I'll insert a picture of last summer and I'll insert a picture of this summer. I just styled it differently, but I love this outfit. In fact, I love it so much that I also got it in color black. We'll link them both in the description box below if you guys are curious, because I really love this outfit and I strongly recommend it because like you can wear like the top as a top, then you can wear a skirt, then I have a shirt as well. You know, the only thing that I did differently are the shoes. I'm wearing the Santorini yellow sandals and it's a Birkin 25 instead of a mini Kelly. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Lovely. Thanks a lot. See you later. Thank you. It was 10 days ago when we We're at the Ritz, at the Vogue Adria event, I think. Filippo said to Novak, everyone wishes him to the victory. Our skipper on the boat today, he was French, but he was like, I'm really supporting Djokovic today because he really deserves it. And I genuinely have to say that nobody deserves that gold medal.
Novak is a legend. Honestly, beside the fact that he's Serbian and you know we love Serbians because you're Serbian, but beside that, forget the flag for 1 second. This man achieved something that nobody ever achieved in the history. Since from we know that the world is existing, nobody ever achieved what Novak did. So this guy he's a legend, and you know the strength you need to achieve what he did is not human. This guy is something else. I'm telling you.
Huge respect.
Huge.
And that's basically it from our day today. A beautiful, beautiful day. Just really thoroughly enjoyed it. And right now we're just heading down to the city for a nice little romantic, maybe not so romantic, I don't know how romantic it's gonna be, dinner. Guys, wow, every night I'm so exhausted when I go to bed. And yes, Olympics. And I think I told you this already, but every night I'm dreaming like so much. Also, I love, by the way, these Misoma hoops. You guys know that already, nothing new, I'm sorry, but I really love them. But tonight was the best dinner we had, and in case you come to Monaco, we strongly recommend you guys to visit the restaurant Gaia. It's a Greek restaurant. They have it in Dubai, in Qatar, in London now as well, and we love it. I had Greek salad, the prawns were so delicious. You can skip the meatballs, I think, but you can definitely have the sea bass carpaccio that was insane. Frozen yogurt was yummy, and Filippo said that cheesecake was also delicious. I didn't have it because I'm trying still. Second day already on gluten-free food. Filippo, which restaurants would you recommend to our people who are visiting Monaco? Beef Bar?
Beef Bar for sure, Gaia for sure. And
normally we like Cipriani, but like we didn't even go this time because we have it in like Milan, we have it in Venice, we have it everywhere, New York, whatever.
Nobody's staying in Monaco anyway more than 3 nights.
So that's it from our little dinner outing. Also, again, met so many of you guys. That's also always making every single night for me so special because I get to see where you're from, what you're doing, and things like that. And right now I'm gonna go remove this makeup, take the hair out of a bun, shower, and sleep. So this is our last morning with this view. This was really truly magical, but I have to say we really both love Monaco. We just love spending time here, whether in winter or summer. It's quite convenient. It's literally like 3-hour drive from Milan. We really both love it. However, is it like true holiday relaxation vibe? I'm not sure, just because every evening we're going to like a restaurant and we're dressing up and we are booking a table and all of that stuff. It's quite nice, but for us the true holiday is not actually leaving the hotel. And I know this is so controversial and so many of you guys will say like, oh my god, like who goes on holiday not to actually explore and leave and experience something new? And I'll tell you, we do, because actually when we are on holidays, we want to really rest. So one part of our holiday that we planned on doing is one of those like health wellness clinics as well, where you just basically don't even leave your room. You just like work out, you go for a little hike, you eat healthy, and that's it. That to me actually does sound like a proper holiday. Whereas the whole year round, we are exploring and seeing and sightseeing and checking out and doing all that other stuff. So please don't judge me. lately I've been so passionate about respecting other people's choices. Like if someone says, like, for example, would you like to go into the water? And I say no. If you're like on a big friend trip and then your friends are like, no, but come in, let's do it, come in, let's go into the water, jump, come on. And you're like, no, I mean, I'm just doing my own thing. I am someone who's very passionate about respecting other people's choices. And I think I discussed this with Filippo last night. I think like when you're very open-minded, evolved person, you always respect other people's yes or no. When you're not, you cannot respect other people's decisions. And like, for example, for me, it's just so important that if someone tells me, like for me, holidays are hiking for 3 weeks on a mountain in India, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, that's not a holiday for me. I would be like, wow, that's really beautiful. I'm so happy for you. Did you make it? Did you do it? Amazing if that really enriches your soul and makes you feel more rested. Actually, I think what makes me rested the most is staying at home. And I love how different we all are. Some of you prefer exploring, some of you prefer camping or staying at home or traveling very far from home or staying in Europe or not staying in Europe. Or some people would want to do something, but they can't because of whatever reason. But it doesn't mean that someone that can but doesn't is less. You know what I mean? It's just like so nice. And this is something that I want to put a lot of energy into, kind of raising awareness on how important it is respecting each other's decisions in everything. And respecting each other's no. My best friend asked me, can you come with me to the cinema? And I say, no, I don't want to watch that movie. And then she says, please, but I would really like to see it. And then I say, you know what? I'll do it for you. That's a different thing. It's not such a big deal for me. So I will do it for you, you know? But if someone says, do you want to jump from a cliff? I say, no, because I'm scared, I'm not comfortable, I don't want to do that. And then someone says, oh, will you do it for me? No, I wouldn't, because it's actually much bigger of a compromise from what I stand for and what I believe, and it's not making me feel comfortable, so absolutely not. I mean, Filippo was like, it's okay, Tamara, you don't need to be passionate about all of these things. Like, this holiday's been really good because we've been talking a lot about the things that I've been passionate about and the things that he's been passionate about on the side that are not materialistic or fashion related or beauty related or anything like that, because yes, I love fashion and beauty and stuff, but the true passion, you know, the things that make my blood boil are quite different, and it's quite like an interesting conversation to have actually with someone that you love. Anyway, now that we're at the end of this video, I'm just gonna say we're saying bye to Monaco, but we're not saying bye to French Riviera because we are moving on to Saint-Tropez for a few days before our next holidays, which are not gonna be in France at all. We're gonna have to take a plane. Who would I be if I wouldn't pay a little visit to Hermès in Monaco? You guys know it. It's actually potentially becoming, together with Faubourg, Monaco is one of my favorites, but it's becoming it's almost like in a very close competition with Faubourg, you guys. I just love it. And I was gonna unbox it, but since you've just had a very nice big unboxing on this channel, I feel like it's a little bit repetitive. So what can I tell you? You can go on my TikTok, and by the time that this video is live, a TikTok with that unboxing will be live as well. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So there's a reason for you to go on my TikTok. But if you don't have TikTok in your country, or you're not following me on TikTok, or you don't have TikTok at all and you don't want to be on it, I believe we will also upload it onto YouTube Shorts. So keep an eye on that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you next time in Saint-Tropez. Bye guys.